One of the most important things to consider when you're launching a podcast is your episode content strategy. Most people think that it needs to be just a Q&A that you show up, you record, you move on with your day. But in all honesty, if you really want your podcast to be differentiated from other industry leaders and other podcasts in your business category, you want to shake that up a little bit. You want to have a long form strategy intermixed with a short form content strategy. Crazy Wealthy Podcast is a great example of this. He uses his long form in the standard way of using the long form to interview a guest and really dig deep into some of the topics that his audience is really interested in. But he also utilizes short form content where he records solo episodes, and they are his opportunity to really shine a light on his methodology. They're database driven. There's a lot of tactical content in them, and it's just him solo so that he can really build that relationship with his audience. And then at the point that they're ready to connect with him and have a conversation with him, they already feel like they know him, know his methodologies, and really feel confident in the fact that they could work together, that he could do a great job managing their assets. And in fact, we actually just heard from him last week that the Fix It Fridays were a very big, exciting way that he signed up a brand new client. It was the Fix It Fridays that actually got them to really feel connected and converted into a client for him, because again, they felt like that they could really align with his philosophies, and they were really wanting to work with him and see what he could do for them based on what he shared in his podcast. And the Metcalf Money Moment Podcast, so they're using the same strategy, but they're reversing it a bit. And what they're doing is they're using their longer form, because there's 3 partners in the firm. They're using their longer form to really showcase their expertise, their perspectives, their methodologies, and have the opportunity to talk through transformations that they've experienced with their clients, to talk through the latest industry trends and do all of those things. But they didn't want to leave out the part of the podcast where they could bring in other industry professionals, other referral partners, other local community leaders. So they use that short form up to 15 minutes as their opportunity to interview other people outside their firm. So either way is a successful strategy, but you really want to think through what works best for you to elevate your brand and elevate your authority in the space.
Level up your podcast with advice from the pros at Produce Your Podcast. Subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your network. For more expert tips and services, visit produceyourpodcast.com.